Water Babies, we have been in existence for 23 years this year. We're a franchise business, so as a franchisor, we look after franchisees across the UK and in 4 other countries as well. So we're in the UK, Ireland, the Netherlands, Canada, and the US. And we are running something at the moment, and for the past 6 months or so, called the Customer First campaign. So we are essentially reflecting on every interaction that we have with a customer, whether that's in the pool or out of the pool, to ensure that it's the best it can possibly be and that our customers are really getting value in everything that we're doing. So we know that our customers love what we do. We teach them to swim, we teach their children to swim, and that's great, but we want to make sure that every kind of part of that journey is enhanced as best it can be, which is where mystery shopping came in. As a franchisor, it can be really difficult to know what's going on out there. We've got about 50 franchisees in the UK, and we are seeing that some are converting our inquiries really, really well, and some not so much. And some of that may just be regional trends, but we find it really difficult sometimes to see what's going on there. And for franchisees to know that themselves as well, it's not just about a franchisor having access to that, but for a franchisee to be able to identify where they can improve and convert their leads better too. So that's where the programme came from. We have done mystery shopping previously, but we stopped it at COVID, so we hadn't done it for a few years. So really it was a chance for us to get back into that world, understand what was going on the ground, where we could improve, and the things that we're doing well as well, and celebrate those, because obviously it can be quite difficult to know when you're not seeing it. So that was the purpose of the programme. Priority wise for us, it's just about making sure that, 2 main reasons. The customer experience that's happening is great, and a lot of the behaviour management stuff forms a big part of that. And then also just making sure that we're doing the best we can in terms of the process. Are we telling those leads everything they need to know about Water Babies to convert them? And are we trying to convert them? Are we getting in contact with them in a quick time frame? Are we following up with them? So there are 2 main priorities for the programme. Couple of things. The behaviour measurement score was a big part of that. We were really impressed by that whole BMS world that you guys came up with, and historically, especially for Water Babies, but probably in lots of other businesses as well, mystery shopping's being used as a kind of smack on the hand maybe for franchisees or for those that are out there, as a you've not quite done this right, please do it better. And that's not what we wanted this to be. We wanted this to be more about the feeling you were getting from those phone calls. And the BMS system really helped us with that and helped us identify what does good sound like without needing it to be a tick box exercise. So the BMS score was definitely one of those. And the other was just your guys' knowledge of the kind of customer service world and the other people that you're working with, and being able to leverage all of that, I think was a really, really big selling point for us. Really simple. We probably started talking a couple of months before we bedded in. We talked about what our options were, went through things like the BMS, had a couple of calls with you guys, different members of your team, to get that set up, which was really helpful. And then as we bedded in as well, so we've been doing the programme for 2 or 3 months now. We've recently just decided that one of the questions we'd weighted was slightly too heavy in some areas, and we wanted to move some of the scoring. So that kind of bedding in process has been really easy as well, with lots of advice along the way. So really simple. Like I said, we didn't want this to be something that franchisees either were in the dark about or worried about. We wanted this to be a really positive news story for them as well. And so we were really open and honest with our network from day one. So we told them about the programme as part of our Customer First campaign, and then we did the launch webinar with you as well, so that they had the real background to PIP as a business, but also how all of that scoring was going to work. And it went down really well. We've had lots of buy-in, we've had lots of questions, but all positive. And we've just started having a couple of our reshops as well. So we've had a couple of people that didn't do so well in their first shop have been shopped again, and we've seen a real improvement as well. So we're starting to see those benefits already. Really positive. The ones that have scored highly has had actually maybe a bigger impact than we'd anticipated, that the momentum that they feel that they've scored highly and that they're happy with their score has really boosted them and incentivized them to do even better. So that's not necessarily something we anticipated, but definitely really great news. For the ones that haven't scored so well, we have a call with them. We go through that criteria. Some receive that better than others, but I think where it's a new program, that's just part of the bedding in process. And like I say, the ones that we've reshopped so far have had a really positive turnaround. So they're sharing that feedback with their teams, they're changing things in terms of what they're doing with their process and their behaviour, and then we're seeing a result off the back of it. So really good all round.